Hello crafty friends, it's Andrea and I'm here with a video that I think you might be interested in. I have one of my old close to my heart Versamats and I know everybody's heartbroken since we can't get these anymore. Mine is starting to really warp. It has lots of dings in the foamy backside and I was looking for a replacement. Couldn't find anything that was made, pre-made like this Versamat. And I use these all the time. So I'm kind of heartbroken to see that mine are getting so beaten up. And so I've come up with what I hope is going to be a solution. I have a few products that I have purchased recently, and I'm hoping to create my own DIY version of the Versamat. So let's jump over to my desk and we're going to take a look at the 3 simple supplies that I'm going to use. Back at my desk, and I've laid my Versamat down flat. Let me show you the products that I'm planning on using. First of all, I purchased 2 of these Craft Tool branded mats from my local Hobby Lobby. They were $6.49 each. I don't think that these go on sale. That was a pretty good price. They're self-healing cutting mats. And what I loved, I took one out of the box. They are 100% exactly the same size as my Versamat. I don't know if you can tell, but they line up the same. They have the same corners. They're 12 inches. They are every bit as good as my Versamat, and the only thing that I see differently about these is that I have full 1-inch marks instead of the 1/4-inch marks. I think that's fine though, because I do have a ruler along each of the edges, so I can simply line my ruler, my T-square ruler up. I can simply line my T-square ruler up and line it up with the 1/4 inches here, and I will still get the markings without the front being so busy. Now, let me show you what else I have in mind. Here's the next product that I plan on using. This is what actually started my brain thinking. I was in the aisle that sold fun foam, and I saw this Silly Winks fun foam. This particular roll was $7.99. It is 24 inches wide by 60 inches long. So you could get 4 DIY mats out of here with just my rough calculation off the top of my head. Now, this one was $7.99. I went with the medium thickness. They had another one that was a little thinner, and then they had one that was thicker. I wanted something that was about the medium thickness, and when I hold it up next to my Versamat, I probably could have gone with a thinner one to make it more like my Versamat, but I think that this medium one will just give me more of a cushiony area, and it will raise my DIY Versamat up just a tiny bit more, so that this way my T-square glides a little bit easier along the edges. So medium it was for me. If you're a little bit more price sensitive, $5.99 I believe was the cost of the thinner one, and then it probably went to $9.99 for the thickest one. So you get to decide what works best for you. And then the last product that I picked up, I bought this Gorilla Spray Adhesive Heavy Duty. It was $11.99, and it really looks like it says heavy duty bond, easy to use, clear color, photo safe, so that is good. Controlled foam mist, and it is comfort nozzle. So we'll see. It says that it welds or it bonds fabric, paper, wood, plastic, cardboard, and foam. So I thought metal and more, but the foam, when I saw the foam and the plastic, I'm like, okay, I think we've got this. So here's the plan. I'm going to unroll this outside, and that's why I was not dressed in my finest clothes when I did the introduction here. I'm going to unroll this. I am going to go ahead and lay this out on my table. I'm going to take this piece outside, and you can see I already got some glue on here from putting on top my Versamat. I'll clean this up first. I'm going to just wipe it down with some alcohol, I think, an alcohol wipe, and clean up all the glue that is left over from my Versamat. So I'll take this outside. I will spray this, and this foam will be waiting for me. I'm going to have it laid out here on my desk, and I am just going to then go ahead and lay this right on top of the foam. So I'm going to give this a try, and let's see how it works for us. I'm back, and I've actually trimmed down the foam, and I have sprayed both sides because the can said to do so. It said for maximum bond, spray both sides to be adhered. So I'm going to lay this down, trying to keep it lined up with the edge as much as possible. And here as well, that worked. So I've got this perfect fit over here. And look at this, it's already sticking. So you do have to spray both sides. So you have to spray both surfaces. And now this is a little sticky that's sticking out here. I couldn't be happier with this so far. So here's what I'm gonna do. I have a rotary cutter, and I'm just gonna see if I can't just line this up along the edge and roll it. And it seems to be working pretty well. Look at how neat and clean that edge is so far. I have just a little couple pieces here where it's not so neat, so I can just trim that up. Like going over it just a tiny bit more. Look at how nice. Now, this fun foam comes in different colors. I just opted for black because I used mine as a stamping surface back here. And so I did not want to have white. I could have had white, but I just figured black hides so much that I went with black. Sure, it would have looked beautiful with white in the beginning, but I just didn't think I'd be able to keep it as clean as I wanted. So I just decided black was best for me. But just know that these rolls are available in white as well. They are at my Hobby Lobby. So the way that I'm figuring it is that I don't even think I used $1 worth of that can. And then a $6.49 mat and $2 worth of foam. So for under $10, I have made here my own version of a Versamat. Okay, peeling that off. And again, I'm going to clean this up. If you have something like an X-Acto knife, that might be better. And in fact, if you have another board that you can put this on, it might work much better. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, it just took off all that stuff. So I think the problem is that I should not be doing it on a tile here. Something that is another self-healing mat will work best. But just keep going until you're happy with the results. If you don't have a rotary trimmer, like I said, an X-Acto knife would probably do the same exact thing. And then there's... So I know that nothing is going to come close to our beloved, close to my heart Versamats. I get it, ladies. I just needed to find something now that my Versamats have gotten a little bit more used. My mom can't locate her Versamat and doesn't know what to do about it. So when like I said, when I was in the fun foam aisle and that idea just jumped out at me, and I thought, well, maybe I can find a self-healing cutting mat that will, will mimic my Versamat, or is at least close to the size. But when I saw that this one was a perfect match, I mean, it just blew me away. So between the fun foam and then this little mat from, like I said, from Hobby Lobby, it was just a matter of looking into adhesives. And that Gorilla Glue, that spray glue, was perfect. It worked like a charm. It was easy to use. All you need to do is shake it, hold it 6 to 8 inches from the mat, go over it, 6 to 8 inches from the foam, go over it. And then I ran downstairs to my filming studio, ran back inside downstairs, and then stuck them together. Oh my goodness. It was not difficult. And then the hardest part was just trimming up the edges, honestly. And the rotary cutter made that a snap. Like I said, I'm sure an X-Acto knife would work perfectly well too. But for me, this was handy. I don't cut fabric with this one. I've got a Fiskars one that I cut fabric with. So this is my crafting one. It worked wonders. So let's take a look at my DIY Versamat, shall we? So here we go. And I should actually stand it up. Let me stand it up next to the Versamat. And like I said, I opted for this medium thickness foam. I could certainly have gone with a thinner layer, and it probably would have been easier to work with. But you know what? This is what I wanted to customize it with, and you're welcome to do whatever you want. Again, you want white on the back so that it matches the front better. Be my guest. But I just wanted to show you how easy it was to make your own. And then, you know what I did for the corners? I figured out that and these still have some rubber on them. These are my old rubber snips that I had from Stampin' Up! From way back when we used to cut our own red rubber stamps. Used to cut them out of the sheet. They didn't come pre-punched. And so I still had these, and these are like heavy duty little scissors, and they go through rubber. So I figured they go through this fun foam, and sure enough, they went through the corners nicely, and it was way easier than trying to, you know, drive this around the corner, and it's a tight turn for this little rotary spinner. But all in all, I hope that this has been an educational little video, is something that you can do. So run to your Hobby Lobby stores, because like I said, it is 100% the same size. They're matte. And I found it in with the paper crafting supplies, just so you know where it was. It seems like my store stocks only 2 at a time. So go ahead, grab yours. I'm happy with that $9.49 price tag to make my own replacement for my beautiful, lovely, couldn't have been more loved Versamats. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Give me a comment if you think you're going to make this, and let me know how it turned out. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of my upcoming projects. I hope you've had fun creating with me here today. Thanks for watching.